I'm coming to you from Davos, Switzerland, where the World Economic Forum's 2022 annual meeting is about to begin. The thousands of VIPs, business and corporate elites coming in from all over the world are descending on Davos, an alpine town in Switzerland, as we speak. But it isn't just them who are here. Also, dozens of protesters gathering under an Antifa flag, having an impromptu concert, steps from the promenade, which is where a lot of the action is taking place on the main drag of Davos. Now, unsurprisingly, a lot of them are here to protest what they say is climate justice. And it's odd because if you look at the Davos agenda, you can see that a great many sessions are specifically about climate, about going to net zero, transitioning away from oil and gas, paying attention to nature and conservation, all of these things. Well, oddly, the climate activists don't believe that any of it is genuine. Many of them believe that it is, as this one protester's sign said, no more than a corporate Disneyland. One woman I spoke to is part of a seniors group from Switzerland that actually walked to Davos, and they feel that everyone who flew here is a big old climate hypocrite. So what do you think of all of the people that fly in from around the world to talk about climate?
Flying is some of the baddest, of course. And I would forbid in Europe, because we could go by train, we make better trains, who goes in the night, and then you are there in the morning. And I would get some contingents for other countries, for USA and so on, you know, not only for holiday in the Caribbean or so. But if you want to see the other cultures, especially for young people, I would say every 5 years a contingent to go in another Earth place or in another culture, yeah.
Now, do you believe that, because they talk about climate a lot at this conference, they have panels about it, discussions about it, do you believe as a climate activist that they actually care about climate at the World Economic Forum?
I don't think, no, I don't believe. They say, and they did standing ovation when Greta was talking and said you have to be afraid of. You must be afraid. The house is burning, she says. And the people find it's nice what she's saying, but they didn't change anything. And this is the great mistake, because the WEF is founded by making something better for the world. But we don't see anything better. Since all this year, I think it's about 50 years, the WEF is existing. But it doesn't change.
Now, these comments were echoed by one of the organizers who took aim at what seems like good intentions by a lot of the people at Davos, but no real action. It's been going on for years and nothing has materialized. What brings you out here today?
I'm an organizer of the strike WEF here, so we did a protest hike from Koblenz to Davos over 2 days now, and we protested for climate justice.
Now, I've seen the agenda for this week. They have a lot of discussion about climate, about net zero, about transitioning away from oil and gas. Are these things good in your idea?
Yeah, I think the intention is good, but we demand a big change because we think we have to take big steps to tackle the climate crisis and the ecological crisis in general. And we don't really see that the people actually want to change some values in the economy, like actually bring nature at the core and the humans and happiness, just that this is in the core of economy and everything evolves around it. We still see that profit and consumption and growth is really, really important, and also being ecological is kind of fits sometimes into it, and then greenwashing is also a big problem. So we want that these people at the WEF really want to do something for the climate and not just do greenwashing and that it's good for their image, really.
Do you think capitalism is the problem then? Because there are a lot of companies here that have their big displays. Do you think capitalism itself is the problem?
I think capitalism has some good things also. I'm not a full enemy of capitalism. I think there's some good things, but I think there's also a lot of things that we have to change, and there's also a lot of new systems that are really interesting, I think, and it's not about communism. It's a whole different with new ideas and new values, and just to think about in the past 50 years, we really concentrated ourselves on the how is it called in German? It's BIP, the how much the money flow kind of, and also about growth and consumption, and I think it did a lot of good for humanity. Like we have a lot more, like the life standard became bigger, but it also destroyed nature a lot, and we have a climate crisis. And I think we have to rethink the values that we actually, like, our economy is based around, and have to like make nature a priority. And I think this was missing in the last 100 years, and we really have to think about this.
Now, not only are these climate justice protesters not convinced that climate is truly on the agenda of Davos, they actually believe it is, as this one chant in German suggested, a gathering of murderers. Or to put another song to the mix, someone who said, to the tune of Yellow Submarine, this.
We all live in a terrorist regime, terrorist regime. What do we want? Climate justice! When do we want it? Now!
We'll continue to cover the World Economic Forum annual meeting. For True North in Davos, I'm Andrew Lawton.